You step off a plane thousands of miles from home. The air smells different. The voices around you speak words you've never heard before. A man approaches you with a smile. You extend your hand. But instead of shaking it, he takes a step back and bows deeply. You freeze, suddenly unsure what to do. Welcome to the silent language of body gestures. Written and narrated by I, James Keneth. Long before humans learned to speak, we moved. We pointed, we nodded, we smiled, and sometimes we frowned. These movements became our first language, a language older than words, older than writing, older than history itself. Anthropologists believe that the early humans, as far back as 1.8 million years ago, used gestures to warn of danger, signal food, or invite others closer. In many ways, gestures are the original Wi-Fi, sending a message instantly without wires, without translation. As the dancer Martha Graham once said, "The body never lies," and in that truth lies both beauty and danger. Because what means welcome in one culture can mean insult in another. So today, we travel the globe to explore this hidden code, the gestures that unite us and sometimes divide us. Why gestures matter? Psychologists have studied communication for decades. One famous study in 1971 by Albert Maharabian found that 55% of communication is nonverbal. Our gestures, posture, and facial expressions. Only 7% comes from the actual words we speak. The rest, tone of voice. Think about that. More than half of what we say never comes out of our mouth. Dr. Paul Ekman, a pioneer in facial expression research in the 1960s, identified what he called micro-expressions, tiny flashes of emotion that last less than half a second. You can't fake them. They reveal happiness, fear, disgust, or anger even when we try to hide it. In diplomacy, in business, in love, reading body language is a skill that can change the outcome of any interaction. Nelson Mandela understood this. When he became South Africa's first black president in 1994, his warm, deliberate handshake with both friends and former enemies sent a powerful message. I see you. I acknowledge you. We are building something new. Whether you are sealing a deal in a boardroom or meeting someone on the streets, your body speaks before your lips ever do. The handshake, a universal promise. The handshake is one of the most recognized gestures on earth, but it wasn't always this way. Historians trace its roots to 5th century BC Greece, where warriors would clasp hands to prove they carried no weapon. It was literally a gesture of peace. Over centuries, the handshake evolved from a safety check into a symbol of trust. In politics, it's theater as much as it is courtesy. Think of the 1972 meeting between US President Richard Nixon and Chinese Premier Zhou Enlai. A handshake that symbolized the thawing of decades of hostility. But here's the thing. Not all handshakes are created equal. In the United States and much of Europe, a firm handshake is a sign of confidence. In parts of Asia, a softer grip is preferred. Firmness can feel aggressive. And in some cultures, physical contact with the opposite gender is avoided entirely, replaced by a nod, a smile, or placing a hand over the heart. As the saying goes, a handshake seals more than a deal. it seals trust. But in the wrong contexts, it can also seal a misunderstanding. The bow, respect in motion. Travel east and the handshake often gives way to the bow. In Japan, bowing is an art form and it speaks volumes. A small nod of about 15 degrees called the ishaku is used for casual greetings. A deeper 30 degrees bow, kirikei, shows respect in business or formal situations. And the deepest bow, serikirei, about 45 degrees, is reserved for deep apologies or gratitude. The roots of bowing stretch back to 500 BC, shaped by Confucian philosophy in China and adapted across East Asia. It's not just about bending the body. It's about lowering oneself in humility and respect. In Korea, bows are often accompanied by a handshake, but the left hand supports the right wrist, a suitable gesture of added respect. And here's the interesting thing. Even in a modern Japan filled with skyscrapers and bullet trains, bowing remains essential. Technology changes, respect doesn't. The kiss greeting, more than affection. In France, greeting can be cheek to cheek, a practice known as la bise. Depending on the region, you might exchange 2, 3, or even 4 kisses. In Paris, it's usually 2. Travel south and you may find more. In the Middle East, cheek kisses between men are common, a sign of brotherhood, not romance. In Latin America, a single kiss on the cheek can be exchanged between strangers, a sign of warmth and openness. But greetings aren't fixed in time. During the COVID-19 pandemic of 2020, many countries temporarily abandoned kisses, hugs, and even handshakes. Elbow bumps and waves took their place, proving that while the form of greetings may change, the need for connection does not. Speaking with hands. In some countries, a conversation without hand gestures is unthinkable. Italians are famous for speaking with their hands, a flick of the wrist, pinched fingers, a wave in the air. These movements carry meaning. A question, an exclamation, even a warning. The Greeks have their own unique gesture, the moutsa, an open palm extended forward, fingers spread. In ancient times, it was a way to curse someone, and even today, it's considered deeply offensive. Roman speakers understood the power of hands. 2,000 years ago, public speakers used choreographed hand movements to command attention in the Senate. But here's the danger. Gestures travel, but meanings don't always follow. A thumbs up may mean good job in America, but in Iran or parts of West Africa, it can be a crude insult. African gestures, warmth, and community. Across Africa, greetings are more than quick exchanges. They are moments of connection. In Kenya, Uganda, and Ghana, the two-handed handshake is common. One hand claps yours while the other supports it. Its warmth you can feel. In Liberia, a snap handshake is popular. A regular shake that ends with both people snapping their fingers together. Among elders, greetings may include a pause to ask about your journey, your family, your health. It reflects the spirit of Ubuntu, the philosophy that says, I am because we are. These gestures aren't just tradition. They are living proof that in some cultures, relationships matter more than rushing to the next thing. When gestures go wrong. Misreading body language can lead to comedy or disaster. The OK sign, thumb and forefinger forming a circle, is a harmless, all good in many countries. But in Brazil, it's a serious insult. The beckoning gesture, palm up, finger curling inward, is friendly in the United States. But in the Philippines, it's used only for calling dogs and considered rude for people. Even world leaders have stumbled. In 1992, a United States president gave the peace sign with palm inward in Australia, not knowing its equivalent to giving the middle finger. The lesson? When in doubt, keep it simple. Body language in the digital age. Technology has changed how we greet each other, but body language hasn't disappeared. Emojis have become our new gestures: a waving hand, a heart, a smile. Video calls still reveal posture, eye contact, and facial expressions. And on TikTok, entire dances are built on movements that become global symbols understood without translation. Even online, the body still speaks. Learning the silent language. The world speaks thousands of tongues, but the body has only one. It's the smile that says, "Welcome in any city." The open hands that say, "I mean no harm." The respectful bow that says, "I see you." To learn this language is to carry a passport no border can reject. As the old proverb goes, to learn another's language is to understand their soul. So, next time you travel, even if it's across the street, remember, your body is already speaking. The question is, what is it saying? You are listening to The Silent Language of Body Gestures, written and narrated by I, James Keneth. Kindly consider to like and subscribe to this channel. Thank you.